redoing this part because it was not recording, or the recording failed. So, oops. Okay. Okay, so the first one you have here is a left side equals right side proof, where we have, starting on the left side, cosine theta plus sine theta is going to be equal to 1 plus tangent theta divided by secant theta. And one thing to note here is just a reminder is what secant was. I don't know if it's actually at the bottom of your page, but it's 1 divided by cosine. Yeah, here it is. So secant is 1 divided by cosine. So that's one that we're going to kind of like write for ourselves here. And I'm going to show that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side, or the right side. You could do it the other way and show that the right side is equal to the left side. I'm just going to choose to do, like, keep the right side the same, and then show that the left side is equal to that. So the first thing I see is that I have a tangent in the top, and I know that tangent is sine theta divided by cosine theta. So what I'm going to do, and I also notice that we have the secant in the bottom, so I have to divide by something. And that's something that I'm going to choose to divide my left-hand side by will be cosine. But whatever I do, basically, what I'm going to do here is that whatever you do to the top, I'm going to do to the bottom. So, in other words, I'm going to be multiplying this times 1 over cosine on the top, because this way I'll get cosine and, I'll get the sine divided by cosine, and I'm going to do the same to the bottom. I'm going to divide by 1 over cosine theta. Or in other words, this is the same thing as just saying I'm going to multiply this by secant theta on the top, and then I'm going to do secant theta on the bottom. So when I do that, I'm going to multiply this term, or this 1 over cosine, to both terms, and then on the top I'll get cosine theta divided by cosine theta. Then I'll get plus sine theta divided by cosine theta, all divided by 1 over cosine theta, or I'm just going to write that as secant theta. And that's basically the first step and almost the last step, because we're almost done. If you notice here, cosine over cosine, right? That's just 1. So I'm going to say this is equal to 1 plus sine over cosine here is just tangent theta, and we're dividing this by secant theta. So that's basically all that there was. So we just did one step, and recognizing that if I divide both of these by secant theta, or 1 over cosine theta, the top and bottom, and it also should be mentioned that you can't just do this to the top only. You'd have to do it to the top and bottom, because in a left hand versus right side, left side, right side proofs, you can only multiply things by 1, or basically you can't change the left side without also having to change the right side. So if we want the right side to stay the same, like we do in the right hand side proof versus left hand side proof, you can only multiply things by 1, because if I multiply anything on this side times 1, then I have to do the same to the other side, and anything times 1 is just going to stay the same. So that's why here, just to basically explain what I did here, why I divided both the top and bottom by secant theta, is because that's 1 here. Secant theta divided by secant theta is equal to 1. So that's the reasoning behind it. And then that's the only step we needed to do, and that gave us the final answer.